When my father died, everything in my life changed overnight. I lost the one person who always made me feel safe, the man who taught me how to think ahead and how to protect myself in a world that doesn't always play fair. At the funeral, the room was filled with grief, people crying, people hugging, people whispering condolences, everyone except my stepmom, Linda. She stood there, calm, composed, almost confident. There was no shaking voice, no tears, just a quiet expression that didn't match the moment. That's when I realized something was off. 3 days after the funeral, Linda called me into the living room, the same living room I grew up in, the same room where my father and I spent countless nights talking. She sat down in my father's favorite chair, crossed her legs, and smiled, not a kind smile, a confident one. She told me the lawyer had confirmed everything. The paperwork was done, the decisions were final. The house was hers, the cars were hers, the savings were hers. Then she looked straight at me and said something I'll never forget. She told me I had 2 weeks to move out of my childhood home. 2 weeks. That house wasn't just property. It was my childhood. Every hallway held memories. Every wall felt familiar. But I didn't argue. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't beg. I just nodded. And that confused her, because instead of fighting, I smiled. I packed my bags quietly, carefully, patiently. For the next 30 days, I watched Linda celebrate. She threw parties in the house my father built. She invited friends over and laughed loudly. She redecorated rooms like the past had never existed. She bragged about her inheritance, about how lucky she was, about how everything worked out perfectly for her. She truly believed she had won. What Linda didn't know was that my father never left things unfinished. He had planned for everything, even this. You see, my father created a private trust years ago, one that was never discussed openly, one Linda never knew existed. And buried deep inside that trust was something called Clause 4B. Clause 4B wasn't complicated, but it was powerful. It stated that if the surviving spouse ever attempted to remove me from the family home, or deny me my rightful place, every single asset would immediately transfer to me. The house, the cars, the savings, everything. Linda had triggered it the moment she told me to leave. Exactly 1 month later, there was a knock on the door. Not from a friend, not from family. A process server. He handed Linda a set of papers, an eviction notice. At first, she was confused. She laughed. She thought it was a mistake. Then she read the name. My name. The color drained from her face. She had 14 days to leave, 14 days to pack, 14 days to understand what had happened. On the final day, I returned to the house. Linda was a mess. She begged, she cried, she shouted, but I stayed calm. I looked at her just once and said a single sentence. You should have read the fine print. Then I closed the door. My father didn't leave me revenge. He didn't leave me anger. He left me protection. And Linda learned a lesson she'll never forget. Never celebrate too early, and never underestimate a well-written will. If you like the video, please like and subscribe.